Good evening, Truck and Tractor Pull fans. 2 weeks in a row, man. Woo-wee.
We are back.
Barely. I got to say barely. Because as soon as this show's over, out the door I go to go take care of you know who and get him to bed. What a show we got tonight for you. We're going to go from yous to y'all in 1 hour. Yous to y'all. So
hold on tight, folks.
Hold on tight. We're going from one slang to another. But anyway. Yeah, we got Kendra's going to cover some Pennsylvania pulls that happened this past week, and Temple Brizendine is going to be on and talk about the Southern Showdown coming up this Friday and Saturday night in Miller's Tavern, Virginia. And I haven't been there for a few years. Obviously, not going to go this year. I'm trying to get one of my peoples to go on Saturday, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm just going to turn it over to you, Kendra, because I don't have. We got rained out at Greensboro, and Kendra was fortunate enough to have some grats and Beaver Springs. So I'm going to let her take care of all that. By then, around 7:30 or so, Temple will be in to talk to us. So, all you.
Yep. So fortunate enough that, like JR said, we were not rained out on Thursday or Friday thanks to the tropical storm that came up through. And yes, I will admit that I was a liar. I said that I wasn't going pulling, but I did end up going to Gratz Fair on Thursday night. Made a last-minute decision to head up there with Norm. It just all worked out. So go ahead, without further ado, go ahead and start getting into these results. They had 6 classes on hand. Well, technically 7, but we'll get into that. For their show there on Thursday night. First class was the 10-5 Hot Stock Tractors. Taking the win in that class was Dennis Boot with the Black Stripe Addiction at 335.94. Second was Freddie Eagle doing the driving for Johnny Foreman with It's Always Something at 316.91. Third place was Jeff Breininger with Red Law at 307.57. Fourth place was Nick Morrison with Toxic at from Jarrettsville, 299.65. This isn't my first day, I promise.
As we say around here, Jarrettsburg.
Fifth place went to Matt Sedal with the 47.55 Express, going 299.55. Sixth place was Robert Halk with the Old Red at 298.14. Seventh was Brian Morrison with the Shed Shaker at 296.50. Eighth went to Alan Lynch with Betting on Green at 288.55. Ninth place was Nelson Harding with his Ford 9000 going 245.25. 10th place went to Scott Becker with the LTF Motorsports going 243.02. And then unfortunately, Brad Kramer with the Fence Row Deer was 0.1. I believe he had some trouble getting it off the line there. Next, we jumped over to the 6200 two-wheel drives. 5 trucks on hand. Taking the win was Casey Wolf with Wolfpack at 308.02. Second place was Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock at 297.43. Third went to Ian Ericker. I don't know what they have for the truck name, but it's the Village Idiot. The name on the results sheet is like Velibinus or something. I'm going to say Ian needs to have neater handwriting. 290.09 was third place. Fourth place went to Eddie Ocker with 8 Up at 285.50. And fifth place went to Dale Forrester with the Bandit at 282.58. Then we went into class number 3, which was actually technically class 4 and 5 or 3 and 4. As they ended up splitting, there was enough of the diesel trucks there to have like a 3-6 class, and then more of the open diesel, like 2-6 kind of class. Taking the win was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Ford at 307.06. Always good when the hometown guy wins the hometown pull. Second place went to Tommy Hassler with the Twisted Addiction at 301.19. Third place went to Kervin Zimmerman with Midnight Train at 294.19. Fourth went to Chuck Dutter with the Common Hooker at 290.05. Fifth place went to Carl Ankowitz with Living on the Edge at 286.46. And sixth place, we're still not talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Sixth place went to Norm Newswanger with Chapter 11 at 285.24. Yeah. We just don't talk about it. We just forget Thursday ever happened.
Wow.
It'll be fine. We'll come back strong, right?
Son, you better get your pickle in order.
Yeah. Next, then, we went into the 2-6 class. Taking the win was Noah Hostetter with the Blue Bayou at 253.32. Second was Carson Stauffer with his 2008 Ford F-250 going 251.29. Third was Lloyd's Landscaping. Chris Lloyd was doing the driving at 249.72. Fourth went to Jesse Young driving a truck he called Gray Area at 247.89. Fifth went to Kyler Zuckerman going 247.60. Sixth place went to Brandon Fink with the home wrecker at 247.32. Seventh went to Matt Mace with Little by Little 247.06. And rounding out the class at eighth place was Dave Orwin Jr. with his Black Ford going 230.92. Then we went into another stout class of 12 mod turbo tractors. Taking the win was Scott Kiskadden driving the Bleeding Blue at 325.42. Second place was Ray Belak with Raging Red at 323.13. Again, he's the man behind the show up there, so always good to see him do well, especially being new with the mod turbo class. Third place was DJ Boop with High on the Hog at 320.82. Fourth place went to Guy Gokenauer with the Stress Test at 313.96. Fifth place, Matt Dersham with the other half at 302.47. Right behind him with sixth place was Tyler Wooliver with his Just In Case going 302.37. Seventh went to Aaron Eberhart doing the driving for Dad there on Hammer Down at 302.25. Eighth place went to Kyle Grove doing the driving on Antrim Tantrum at 296.53. Ninth went to Scott Kiskadden doing the driving on Bull Ride this time, 293.84. 10th went to Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf going 291.50. 11th place went to Corey Eberhart with the Gold Edition at 284.76. And rounding out the class was Kenny Rippian with Green Machine going 283.06. Kenny's still fighting a couple demons there with jumping up from the 7,700 class to the mod turbos, but I'm sure he'll get it figured out. Next, we went into a huge class of 11 7,800 modified tractors. Taking the win was Andy Forrester. He had a really good night up there at Gratz, a second and a first. He took the win on Don Haley's Nonsense, going 322.04. Second place went to Rick Blizzard with the Barely Affordable, going 321.91. Third place went to Rick Wolf with the One Too Many at 320.41. Fourth place went to Kirsty Robinson with the Phony 2 going 312 flat. Fifth place went to Nelson Egoff with the Tinker Toy going 308.76. Sixth place, Ian Ericker with Unstable at 306.06. Seventh place, Don Haley doing the driving on Track Fever going 303.56. Eighth went to Jason Michael with the Untamed at 303.14. Ninth place went to Eric Monick with the Bad Reputation, tractor out of Maine, going 295.96. 10th place went to Amber Blizzard with Unaffordable going 292.30. And rounding out the class was Kevin Stauffer with the Rough and Ready going 286.27.
Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yep.
Facebook's going to be, or YouTube's going to be running some ads, I think, getting ready to start now for some viewers. Hang in there. We'll be right back. Go ahead, Kendra.
We rounded out the night at Gratz with a class of the street legal diesel pickup trucks. 10 trucks were on hand. Taking the win was Chad Lutz out of Wilmersdorf, Pennsylvania, going 300.96. Second went to Ben Gelsinger with a 2005 GMC going 299.23. Third place went to Todd Young with his 2008 F-250 at 298.91. Fourth place, Austin Heck with his 2007 F-350 going 269.20. Fifth place went to Jacob Kiesling with his 03 GMC going 268.04. Sixth place, Holden Hostetter with his 2003 Dodge going 238.33. Seventh place was Zach Leitzel with his 2011 F-250 going 238.17. Eighth place went to Brian Bruner with his 2022 That says 2022 7.3.
7.3 liter. We talking trucks? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're talking
conversing
trucks,
on
but I
trucks.
didn't think there was anything 7.3 out there that new. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb girl. 232.62.
Tommy Hassler's got a new truck with a, with the old school stuff. So
Yeah, but this is a street class.
So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Ninth place was Reese Bruner with his 2019 F250 going 228.71. And 10th place went to Jason Malik with his 1995 F250 going 224.37. That rounded out the Gratz Fair. Then the next night we were up at Beaver Springs. Now I definitely was not at this one. I can promise that. They started out the night with the Snyder County Tractor Puller Association 12,000 pound enhanced farm class, 8 tractors on hand. Taking the win was Mike Corder with the other deer at 3:15.35. Second place went to Mason Sudall with the John Deere 6030 going 3:13.30. Third place went to Terry Tanner driving the Mystery Case at 3:08.20. Fourth place went to Caitlin Hauk driving the Little Stinker 2 at 3:04.65. Fifth place went to Rick Shirey with the Plow Jockey at 300.15. Sixth place went to Steve Richard out of Middleburg with his Massey Ferguson 1155 going 261.45. Seventh place went to Glenn Gardner with the Mad Farmer going 252.25. And rounding out the class was Lane Gardner on another Massey Ferguson 1130 going 189.95. Then we jumped over to Interstate and did the 8500 mod turbo class. There was 16 tractors on hand. Taking the win that night was Jason Malott doing the driving on Vern Zerbe's Dr. LZ going 3:25.85. Second place was Jason Forrester with the Papa Smurf at 3:08.85. Third place was Scott Kiskaden doing the driving on Bleeding Blue at 3:02.20. Fourth place went to Grant Heckman doing the driving on Antrim Tantrum at 300.95. Fifth went to Nathan Graham with the Blue Reaper at 298.15. Sixth place went to Matt Dersham with the other half going 296. Seventh went to Anthony Eberhardt with the Hammer Down at 293.55. Eighth place went to Matt Smith driving Blue Unit at 291.65. Ninth went to Kayla Graham driving Billet Blue at 287.45. 10th place went to Guy Gokenauer driving Stress Test at 286.30. 11th was Tyler Wolliver with Just In Case at 284.60. 12th place went to Scott Kiskaden driving Bull Ride at 282.65. 13th went to Ray Belak with Ragin' Red at 281.70. 14th was Corey Eberhardt with Gold Edition at 276. 15th went to Kenny Rippian with Green Machine at 273.45. And rounding out the class was DJ Boop with High on the Hog going 240.60. Unfortunately, he had engine failure.
Yes.
So best
not
of
catastrophic, but that engine's now done. So
yeah. Catastrophic internally, not catastrophic externally.
Yes.
We'll say that.
Something was hanging out yonder.
Yeah. Something was out or something was in that wanted out.
It came out too. It
came out.
It found the door.
Yeah. It found the window.
Yeah.
Next
or as DJ told me the other day, so much of that $150,000 motor.
Yeah.
Well, he told you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Third class from Beaver Springs last Friday night was the 7,800 pound modified class. Taking the win was Rick Blizzard driving the Barely Affordable at 3:25.20. Second place was Rick Wolf with the One Too Many at 3:17.25. Third place, Kiersey Robinson with the Phony 2 going 3:16.85. Fourth place went to Jason Weichel with the Untamed at 3:13.60. Fifth place went to Nelson Egolf with Tinker Toy going 3:12.70. Sixth place went to Ian Ericker with Unstable at 3:12 even. 7th place went to Andy Forrester with Nonsense going 3:11.60. 8th place went to Don Haley's Track Fever at 3:04.15. 9th place went to Amber Blizzard's Unaffordable at 3:02.35. 10th place went to Jamie Curley with the 100 Proof at 295.65. 11th went to Tom Kennedy with Old Reliable at 289.75. And rounding out the class was Eric Moniz driving that Bad Reputation at 227.20. Next class they went into was the 4,500 small block truck class with Interstate. And let me bring this back up here. First place went to Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger going 3:15.65. Second place went to Austin Stoner with Analyze This at 3:12.05. Third place went to Derek Dice with Mopar Magic at 3:07.50. Fourth place went to Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 3:06.15. And then we had a tie for fifth between Jared Stoner Silverback and Denny Shives' Alcohol Abuse. Both of them went 3:04.50. Seventh place was Sam Hassler with the Junkyard Dog going 3:04.35. Eighth place went to Travis Utzi with Stomper at 3:04.25. And ninth place went to Chris Utzi with the One Bad Bow Tie at 3:02.05. Then we went into the 6,200-pound two-wheel drive truck class. Same 5 trucks were on hand that were at Gratz the night before. Taking the win again was Casey Wolf with the Wolf Pack at 3:32.30. Man, she put a hurting on him. Second place went to Ian Ericker with the Village Idiots at 3:04.75. Third place was Eddie Ocker with 8 Up at 289.95. Fourth place was Andy Forrester's Turn Back the Clock at 283.50. And fifth place was Dale Forrester with the Bandit at 283.20. And the final class of the night at Beaver Springs was the 8,500 Light Pro 9,500 Super Farm class from Snyder County. Taking the win was Kevin Utz Rolling Thunder at 344.66. Second place was Matt Smith with the Fast Forward at 340.20. Third place was Mark Smith with the Ford 8700 at 338.60. Fourth place was Eli Zimmerman with Red Fever at 334.25. Fifth place was Brad Kramer with his John Deere 6030 he calls Green Blooded at 330.50. Sixth place was Shane Scott with the Blue Unit at 308 even. Seventh place was Matt Houck with Old Red at 305.95. Eighth place was Shane Scott with Black and Blue at 305.85. Ninth was Mike Austin driving the American at 303.20. 10th was Cody Utt with the Storm at 296.90. 11th place was Kenny Rippian with the Green Machine at 294.10. And rounding out the class was Dustin Adams with his Massey Ferguson 1155 that he calls the Saturday Night Hooker going 251.70. And that rounded out the results. We were supposed to also be pulling at Beaver Springs on Saturday night, but of course that lovely tropical storm said, "Just kidding, no, you're not."
Yeah.
I think it said that for just about every pool in the area. I don't know of any pool that actually happened. Yeah,
all the way out to Western PA, almost Ohio. Yep. So yeah, crazy. Very crazy. Real quick before Temple comes in here. We have one more hook scheduled for East Coast Pro Pulling. Ooh, almost knocked my drink over. That's not good. October 14th, Delmar, Delaware, at the Delaware International Speedway, 7 p.m. We're looking at the Super Stock Pro Stock Tractors, 466 Hot Farm, Modified 4-wheel drive, East Coast Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, 7,500-pound modified tractors, and the limited Pro Stock semis. 7 p.m. October 14th, Delmar, Delaware. Hopefully no rain this time. We get the show in. And that will close out the 2023 season for East Coast Pro Pulling. So, also, go ahead. You were getting ready to say something.
Yep. Real quick, next Saturday in Harrisonburg, Virginia is going to be the Bull Pull. Obviously, with BJ Wilkins' Bull Ride, he puts on the Bull Pull at the end of the year. Going to be in Harrisonburg, Virginia at the fairgrounds down there. $10 a piece to get in. Anybody under the age of 12 is free. Classes that will be there are the 8,500 mod turbos, the 10,000 pound pro farm, 7,700 light limited, 11,000 pound hot farm, 6,200 modified trucks, pro stock semis, 8,000 pound street legal trucks, 12,000 and 15,000 farm stock, as well as an unlimited 4x4 tractor class and the 6,200 national 4x4 trucks.
Ooh-wee.
Big old pool.
Two tracks, yeah. They have a big pool down there. You bet.
Yeah.
Very big.
Has a great facility to pull in, except for the pits.
Yeah. I know Delmarva has a couple more events scheduled. I don't have them in front of me. There's one scheduled for this month. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I don't know, unless they're going scheduled Saturday. It's going to be at Goldsboro, Maryland, and then they have one in October, tentatively, at Tuckahoe, which is Eastern Maryland. So when we learn more about that from them guys, we'll know. We're going to get ready to have a show with them guys soon. They don't know it, but I'm getting ready to make some phone calls, and it's going to happen with or without them. So anyway, I'm going to try to share this particular other computer real quick. Hopefully it works again this week. Okay. Here we go.
Hey,
look at that. By crikey, it worked. By crikey, listen to me. Bloomsburg Fair Full Pool Productions, USA East, 2 nights, Friday, September 29th at 7 p.m. The Smoker Series tractors, big rig semi trucks, and that's a finals. For them, Run What You Brung 4x4 and the Posse 401 semis. That's Friday night at 7 p.m., September 29th. Saturday, September 30th at 5 p.m. will be the rain date for that, just in case. And Saturday, September 30th at 7 p.m. will be the modified two-wheel drive trucks, the Pro Street 2.6 diesel 4x4 trucks. And it says co-sanctioned. Okay, the Wild Street 4x4 co-sanctioned with the SCTPA with Snyder County Tractor Pullers. And the Light Pro Super Farm tractors, also from Snyder County Tractor Pullers, will be on hand there. And that's, again, Saturday, September 30th at 7 p.m., Friday, September 29th at 7 p.m. More information, fullpoolproductions.com. I have more. I just got to get to it. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Then we also have, I saw the third screen down. I think it was Temple, but it wasn't. Next weekend, Biggie coming. Been going to this one for 3 or 4 years now for me. Probably 3 years. Yeah, and I'm sure it's no surprise. The Snyder County Tractor Pullers Championship Weekend. Put this on your bucket list. This is a great time. 2 great nights of pulling. October 6th and 7th. Admissions $10, 12 and under are free. And Friday, October 6th, 6:30 p.m. start time, will be the 12,000 enhanced farm tractors, 6,300 Pro Street gas 4x4 trucks, the 8,000 pound open modified. I'm assuming that's tractors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. 7,800 pound Run What You Brung 4x4 trucks, and the 6,200 pound two-wheel drive trucks, and also the Wild Street diesel trucks. It says Wild Street. It's Wild Street. Let's leave it at that. And Saturday at 5:30 p.m., October 7th, the 3.0 Limited Pro diesel 4x4 trucks, Light Pro Super Farm tractors, the 2.6 Pro Street diesel 4x4 trucks, the Pro Stock Super Stock tractors, and the 7,800 pound Run What You Brung 4x4. That's the pickle class. And then 10.5 hot stock. So that's a big lineup both days. SCTPApullers.com for more information. And put it on, like I say, put it on your bucket list. This is a great weekend of pulling and plenty of classes to see. Definitely want to check that. And we'll probably have a representative. Hopefully next Wednesday night we'll probably have Joey or somebody on to go over that particular event. So looking forward to that one, as always. Okay. Don't mind me. Working without a net over here. All right. And until a certain somebody else comes on, Kendra, if you want to, you have anything to add?
Well, I was just going to say, with there not being anything in Interstate this weekend, well, I guess Snyder County has the co-sanctioned event, but I think Bloomsburg and Miller's Tavern are far enough apart that we can split the viewing audience here, and everybody should be able to go to both of these events and make it a really good showing for both.
6, about 6 hours, at least 6 hours apart. So
yeah. I think we're going to try and go up to Bloomsburg on Friday night. Going to be beautiful weather, and any time that we can go up and annoy Chris and Corey Hoyt, we're definitely going to.
That's my hi to Brian Morrison. That's
Brian Morrison.
How he greets us with the thumbs up. So
yeah, that was somebody I didn't get a chance to talk to on Thursday night, but
me neither.
Yeah, you everybody there was pretty quick to call me out. I thought you weren't going bowling this weekend. And I said I didn't know until lunchtime that I was.
I was ready to go, believe it or not. I actually had some help here at the house so I can get away. Unlike this weekend, I do not have that. But I do next weekend.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Be able to go to
At this time I do. Yes. At this time I do.
Yeah. It's
the person that's staying home is not very happy about it, so to speak, but God bless her.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that we're already talking about championship weekend. Not exactly sure where this year went, but
I got bigger news coming next week. Don't you worry. You just wait and see. It's gonna blow anything pulling away. Trust me, it's big, really big for this guy right here. Really big. Yeah.
Say, well, I'm intrigued.
Oh boy. That's all I'm saying. But let's see. I'll go ahead and show the banner. Maybe let's entice him to get on a stick down there in Virginia, boy. Anyway, the annual, I don't know how many years now. I've been to all of them up until the last 3 years, I guess, or 4 years. But I remember when this was first put together at Miller's Tavern, Virginia, way back when. In fact, I was at the very first pool filming down there that Miller's Tavern at Temple ever had there. It was just a cornfield. There was no house built, just a shop and a cornfield or bean field. But yeah, man. Then he came up with this wonderful Southern Showdown. I'm telling you what, it's a weekend of fun. And September 29th at 6 p.m. and September 30th at 4 p.m. And on the 29th at 6 p.m., we got 6,200 National 4x4 trucks, 11,000 Altered Farm, 6,200 Outlaw with Open Street trucks, the 6,300 Modified Street 4x4, 5,200 Pound Economy Modified, 8,100 Hot Street Diesel 4x4, 6,200 Small Block 4x4, and the Hot Street Semi Trucks. Whew. That's Friday night. Saturday night at 4 p.m., we're looking at the 6,200. Now, this is more of a shootout night, I believe. The first night is for points for any classes that are running twice. The shootout for the 6,200 National Four-Wheel Drive trucks, the 7,800 Light Pro Stock tractors, 10,000 Super Pro Farm tractors, 6,200 National Sportsman, and that is the non-hemispherical headed engines, four-wheel drive, super modified two-wheel drive trucks, 6,400 Pro Stock four-wheel drive trucks, and the wheel standing mega trucks. And shootouts and championships decided each night. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be some cool stuff. And I heard myself talk.
I heard you cut out.
Oh, I cut out, but I guess that's when I could hear myself talk. That's weird. But anyway, of course, it's thanks to Will Witt for the banner here that he designed for Dragon Motorsports. He does a lot of work for them guys. So dragonpools.com for more information. That's at 1790 Howerton Road, Miller's Tavern, Virginia. Dunnsville, Virginia, Miller's Tavern. All right, it's Miller's Tavern to me. So, but Southern Showdown, man, put that on your bucket list for sure. It is a do not miss event. I mean, this is a good event. So, Temple, where are you? We're waiting on you.
And just an FYI for anybody who hasn't seen or heard, typically the Brawl at the Hall in Center Hall is typically this weekend. Also, they did have to cancel that event. So there won't be anything in Center Hall this Saturday night.
Wow.
I'm not sure what happened. They canceled it very, very early on, like I think last month or maybe even a couple.
I remember reading about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure what happened, if they're doing some renovations there at the fairgrounds or what is happening. But yeah, the Brawl at the Hall that is typically this weekend is canceled. So don't head to Center Hall, Pennsylvania.
Oh, dadgummit.
Yeah.
I won't be anywhere this weekend myself. So I'm working on a guy to be in Miller's Tavern. So we'll see what happens there. For one night only. Speaking of the devil, that's who I'm talking about. Scooter Pickle Snickerdoodles. Wow, you got all kinds of names now.
I know. It
Scooter
just
Pickle Snickerdoodles. Wow. I'm going to see if that fits down below where it says Kendra J R. That's fine.
I've changed my name here on StreamYard.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and announce the last Interstate pool of the year. It's actually going to be another co-sanctioned event there at Buck Motorsports Park. October the 14th, they're going to be having, I believe that's going to be truck days, 6,200 two-wheel drives and the 4,500 small block trucks. So just about all of our points champions will be crowned October 7th and then October the 14th. So all of our points classes have just one more hook coming up. Well, with the exception of the 6,000 pound classics, they're not on here. But yeah, should be an exciting end of the year points race. I know my turbos have a 1 and 2 that are fairly close. That could go either way. Same with the light limiteds. I didn't look at any of the other points before I got on here because I'm not prepared. But we'll be sure to go over all those points champions. I guess it'll be in 2 weeks after the Harrisonburg poll and give everybody their due recognition there.
You reminded me of something here real quick. Just in case something happens, we don't get the feed from Miller's Tavern here. I am going to work on points. We haven't talked about points all season long. Shame on me. So, anyway, I have that ready to go just in case they're having issues down there or have forgotten about it, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he have trouble logging on later or the other time he was on here?
I don't know. But check with him here. Another message here. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe something come up and now they're going to make it. That's fine. But I do have the East Coast points pulled up here, so I will send him a message and see how he's making out. Okay. All right, Clint, quit your fussing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get on with the. We'll take a look at the points here, and there we go. The modified four-wheel drive truck points right now, currently setting number 1 is Tasmanian Terror. 2. Wayne Tapp's got the second at 546. Right on his heels is the Gone AWOL Jeep at 536 points. And then 10 points behind that would be the Contender of Billy Kramer at 526. Will Hitchcock has been running points with us this year. We appreciate him driving down from north central Pennsylvania pretty much and northeast Pennsylvania. And he's setting at, okay, Temple's trying to log on now. So, and then we do have the home wrecker again at 514. 2, 3, 4. And rounding out the top 5 is To the Extreme, RB Muller at 512. I'm only going to cover the top 5 being he's coming in here. Super Pro, One More Deer. That's the Moore Motorsports team at 523. Second is More Agitation at 519. That's also Moore Motorsports. Third is the Nutcase, Chris Hoyt, 336. Fourth, Stress Case, Corey Hoyt at 322. And rounding up top 5, the Patriot at a cool, even 300 points. East Coast Diesel, four-wheel drive trucks take, gee, imagine that. The leader so far, Norman Newswanger, with Chapter 11 at 535. Second is Living on the Edge, Carl Ankowicz at 519. Third at 503 is Barter Turbo Service, James Barter. Fourth is the Two Disturbed, Jeremy Denson at 449. And Tommy Haster in fifth with Twisted Addiction at 270. Modified Tractors. It was close until Frederick. Jason McKenzie, that's okay. Stuff happens. It's okay. Radial Reactor is sitting out front at 487 points, and that's Len Brookhart. And Jason McKenzie is currently second with Never Satisfied at 483. Third is the Midnight Wolf of Mike Rankin at 371, and Double Vision fourth at 183. We got to grow that class. Light Pro Stock Tractor points, and they're done. We have a champion.
We do.
We have a champion, and that would be Matt Smith with the Fast Forward at 223, and second place, the Menin Jeff Michelacci at 221. Third was the Fast Forward 8700 of Mark Smith at 211. Fourth, the Still City Smoker Colton Zundel at 209, and fifth is the Rolling Thunder Kevin Nutt at 207. Yeah, we got a champion already. Probably got more. I'm not even paying attention.
Way to go, Smokey!
How about that? Variable points are not added on the diesel truck class yet, so I'm not sure. But I'm sure he still got, yeah, he won there, so I know he's got the points there. So that's going to be 585 for first place right now for Norman. Uh-oh. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
From Temple.
Technical difficulties. We'll do the same thing with the Interstate points. Looks like the first class I have up here is the 8500 Mod Turbo. Sitting in first right now is Papa Smurf of Jason Forrester. Second is BJ Wilkins Bull Ride. Third is Dr. LZ Vern Zerby. Fourth is Vern's Z Unit, which obviously will not be coming back. And then rounding out the top 5 is Stress Test with Guy Gokenauer. Interesting fact, this is something that I do personally. I keep a column of wins in top 5. While Jason doesn't have any wins, he does have 14 top 5 finishes. Bull Ride had 2 wins and 11 top 5. Dr. LZ had the most wins, but unfortunately missed a couple pulls with 14 top 5 finishes. And Z Unit had 4 wins, and Stress Test had 5. Is he coming?
What's the matter?
Is he coming?
He's trying. He couldn't get on his phone, so he's going to the house now to try the laptop. Unfortunately, his wife's not there, and she's the one that sets it all up for him, so he's kind of... We'll see what happens.
We'll see if he can get logged in here.
If he can make it, fine. If not...
Yep.
Excuse me. My goodness. We covered him, so...
Yep. Go ahead. Nope, you go ahead. You finish yours.
Sure?
Yep, go ahead.
Hot Farm Tractor points. Sitting out front, Doug Heyman with Bull's Binder at 564. Second is the Pack and Heat John Deere of Ray Norris at 552. Third, the reigning champion from 2022, the Shed Shaker of Brian Morrison at 538. And fourth is Nick Morrison with 494 with his Toxic International. And rounding out the top 5 is the Well-Armed John Deere, driven by Kevin Sr. and Jr. for Ray Norris at 484. With one more hook left to go. Don't fall over Kendra.
Yeah.
And the limited pro stock semis, we got 4 running for points this year. And sitting out front is Hank Oster with the Scrapper at 632. Pressure Time of the Greek family is at second at 616. Third at 610 is the Inconvenience Freightliner of Jerry Martin. And fourth right now, Back in Black of Albert Brown at 454. That's where we set right now. So here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be crowning the rest of the champions here, and we'll have a whole bunch to talk about very soon.
Yep, and the banquet's coming up hot on its heels.
Aha, yes, I got to turn my information, and I keep forgetting about that. That's been happening a lot around here lately. It happens, trust me. Every time I turn around, there's 5 things laying here. Uh-oh, So, I will say, I had to make an extremely difficult decision. And, okay, Temple's here, device is not connected, so he's going to have to keep trying there, I guess. I've had to step away from the 2024 Keystone Nationals. And I'm not sure how much longer, how many more years. It's probably going to be a while. With family and stuff going on, to do what I do with the ticket sales / media / whatever to keep everybody happy and going. And I don't have the time to devote to talking on this, to take care of ticket customers, setting stuff up. So I've had to relinquish that spot. It was a tough decision after 17 years I've been doing. Well, we're part of the original committee, and I just right now I can't do it. So if you call me for tickets, you're not going to get an answer because I am no longer in charge of doing that particular job. So stay tuned. Information coming, and this show is 100% fully dedicated to back those guys up and promote anything we can for them. I forever consider them best friends and family. And yeah, it was tough. It sucks. But yep. So sit tight. We'll give you more information as it comes forward. And Temple's calling me again.
Yep. And to piggyback on what he said about Keystone Nationals, I was just talking to Jess today, and they are already into the beginning phases of planning there. I'm going to be having a meeting here soon. I think they're going to have a save the date announcement here soon. Not 100% sure on what that date is. I believe it's roughly the same weekend as it always has been. They're around St. Patrick's Day weekend. But yeah, always looking forward to that event. The best part about tractor pulling is the family atmosphere, and everybody understands JR's situation. And I speak for the committee members, even though I'm not officially on the committee, but like you said, consider them all very close friends and talk to them often. Family is number one. We all know it. We all believe it, and we all live it. So sucks to see JR go, but we'll keep talking about him while he's on the phone. Back to point standings for Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers. Light Limited top 5 right now is Ricky Tabner with the Red Tornado sitting in first place. Second is Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden. Third is Michael Thomas with Steel and Time. Fourth is Ben Flaherty Jr. with Smoke and Red. And rounding out the top 5 is Jason Caudle with Internationally Known. Next, we'll go into the 10,000 pound Pro Farm. Leading the points right now is Stitch with Mark Culbertson doing the driving on that one. Second is All Hooked Up of Chris Pangle. Third is Beefy, driven by Anthony Hamrick. Fourth is Foolish Fun of Shandy Turner. And rounding out the top 5 is Old Blue, driven by Bobby Scheidt. Then we'll go into the 11,000 pound Hot Farm. Right now in the points lead is Marshall Beidel. Second is Mark Lawson. Third is Tommy Eppert. Fourth is Donnie Gokenauer. And rounding out the top 5 is Josh Knight. And then we will have already crowned the small block and big block points champions. Right now, taking the championship this year for the small block minis is John Sutton with the Bear Tracks. Second place went to Wesley Williamson with Adrenaline. Third went to Matt Weischer with the Dirt Demon. Fourth was Steve Naif with Sawduster. And rounding out the top 5 was Justin Freet with the Rattler. Then we jump over to the big block mini rods. Your points champion for there was Excuse me. Stephen Winger with Pitbull. Second place went to his dad, Denny Winger, with his big block Chevy. Third was Max Varner with the Crazy Horse. Fourth place went to Denny Martins Against All Odds. And rounding out the top 5 was Rodney Yarger with the Agitator. 6,000 pound classic mods are not updated on the website. Then we'll go into the 7,800 pound mods. Right now in the lead is Ian Ericker with Unstable. Second place is, second and third are both belong to Don Haley. Difference of 1 point. Right now, Nonsense is sitting in second place, and third place is Track Fever. Fourth is Jason Michaels Untamed. And fifth place right now is Rick Wolf with the One Too Many. The 4,500 small block trucks. Right now, a very tight points race here. Austin Stoner with Analyze This currently has 638 points. Right behind him is Tyler Shives with the Bootlegger at 636. Third place right now is Jared Stoner with the Silverback. Fourth is Chris Utzi with One Bad Bow Tie. And fifth is Travis Utzi with the Stomper. Don't know if there has been any points for this class. No. Then finally, we'll look at sorry, it's been a long day. The 6,200 two-wheel drives. Right now, sitting in first place is Jason Forrester and Eddie Ockers, 8 up. Second place is Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock. Third is Ian Ericker with the Village Idiots. Fourth is Dale Forrester with the Bandit. And fifth place right now is John Foley with Blessed. And I am not sure where JR is. I already went over the remaining points or the remaining pools. I guess this means Temple is trying to get logged in here. As JR said, Miller's Tavern, the Southern Showdown. I believe this is their final points. Let me see here. I'll pull up their website to see if this is their grand finale down there. Yeah, Mike. How about you log on here so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself? I talk to myself all day long, but this just feels weird. This is not the final pool for Dragon Pools. Looks like they have Victoria, Virginia on October the 14th also, where they'll have the wheel standing mega trucks, the 6,200 small block 4-wheel drives, hot street diesel 4-wheel drives, the 7,800 light pro stocks, the 5,000 pound V8 mods, and the 12,000 pound altered farm tractors. I'm here looking. Just gonna try to find you guys some prices for this weekend down there. Let's go this route here. Everything's on Facebook, right? Southern Showdown.
Okay. Well, no luck.
I'm not alone anymore.
Not alone anymore. I'm sure you can handle it okay. I got faith in you. Yeah, Temple just he's having trouble with his computer and stuff, so it's not going to work. Mary Catherine's not there to help him, so we appreciate him trying to come on tonight, and he feels bad about it. I told him, don't worry about it. We're all challenged, so it's okay. But again, keep his pool this weekend. Miller's Tavern, Virginia, 4 hours from here, 3.5, 4 hours. It is a great, great pool, great weekend, and it's been going on many years. And definitely put it on your bucket list. Get down there and support Dragon Motorsports. And they just put on one hell of a show down there. Good track, good pools, good equipment. Be there. That's what we say. Be there.
Yep, looks like $20 for each night. There is camping available, or it's welcome. I don't believe that they have hookups or anything like that down there, but you can dry camp. Then it also says if your class is running both nights, the first night will be for points with the standard purse. Second night will be a shootout deal, and the purse is going to depend on sponsorship.
Yes.
So it sounds like a little bit of a raised purse there on Saturday night. Looks like the only classes that would apply to are the 6,200 National and looking to see if there's any other repeats. I don't believe so. So there you go. National four-wheel drive.
Yes.
First night, standard purse. Second night is your shootout.
Absolutely. There you go. There's your times, your classes. You can read them. And dragonpools.com and 804-443-1903 will patch you to Temple if and when he can answer the phone, or leave a message for him. He'll return your call. And they put on a great show down there, and highly recommend you just take a weekend and go down there. There's hotels not far away in Tappahannock, Virginia, if you don't have a camper or an RV. It's not but a 10-minute drive, maybe 15 minutes to get back into Tappahannock. So plenty of places to eat in Tappahannock. There's a little restaurant out on the corner there, just out the road from this place. It's a favorite breakfast spot for me. I enjoy stopping there. So, but they all do. Everybody goes there. Sometimes I think you need a bigger restaurant there on the corner, but definitely put it on your bucket list. Get out there and go to it, man. Weather looks good this weekend, I believe, down there. So don't miss it. Go check it out.
I think the weather looks good just about everywhere this weekend. I haven't really looked at it, but
I'm stuck home. Of course, it's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, what did I miss, Kendra?
You missed us going over the points for Interstate. The closest points race we have right now is the 4,500 small block truck class. Only 2 points are separating first and second. And it's between Tyler Shives and Austin Stoner. So I'm sure that pool at the Buck Motorsports will be one to watch. Both of those teams are very competitive. So they're going to fight her out till the end, I have a feeling. So good luck to both of those teams. Both of those are father-son or grandfather, father-son teams. So that's always cool when it can be a family affair like that. So
yeah, that's fierce competition on the track is fun. It's even more fun when you can get the show done, load up, and go to a steakhouse and have a meal on the way home together.
Yep.
Get along. Get along. Absolutely.
Yeah, just get along.
A lot of fun.
Why can't we just all get along?
That would be too boring, probably, in the world.
Don't get me back on my soapbox. I get in trouble when I get on my soapbox.
Easy. My gosh. Stop it. Absolutely. But anyway, we're at that point, and just we must have really started late. We got 6 more minutes to make an hour, so whatever. What am I forgetting? I'm sure there's something else to talk about real quick.
We went over Slider County's championship weekend. I'm sure Gloria would want us to say that if any East Coast pullers have not received their banquet information, to get in touch with her.
Or just get it sent in, please.
Yes.
In a timely manner. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. I will probably have it to her. I'll just take it to the last pool.
Yeah. As far as I know, there will not be an interstate banquet this year. Yeah, we're not going to get into it. But yeah, there's just not going to be an interstate banquet this year.
You didn't have one last year, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Anyway. So points champions and anybody who is in the top 5, 6, 7, however many your class typically pays down, points, checks, and prizes will be, or your gifts will be in the mail to you. Or if you are local, I'm sure one of us will bring it around to you. More on that information later. We'll have our first interstate meeting. Well, it'll be while I'm at championship weekend, so I'm sure I'll get filled in later. But I'm going to be a bad class rep and not go to the first meeting. So it'll be fine. But I believe Snyder County's banquet is going to be the weekend after East Coast. So that would be November 8th. What do we say? The 10th and the 17th or something. East Coast is the 10th and Snyder County's will be the...
Yeah, it was the following weekend, I believe, is what they're shooting for. I know it was TBA to be announced, but
yeah.
Dang it, I was going to say something and I forgot. Hate it when that happens. When you get older, you will understand. Oh, start KeystoneNationalsPool.com. That's KeystoneNationalsPool.com. Here very soon. The text message that went out this morning when I decided it's time to let these people know that I just can't do it anymore. They're getting ready to have their first meeting. So some information is going to be coming out of that. I'll probably message one of them just from time to time, just so we have fresh, good, updated information. Again, this live podcast is going to be very much following along with them, endorsing them, and keeping that show going for hopefully many more years to come. I was there 17, and let's keep it going. So hope to still have somebody there videoing as well. So we're not totally gone, but JR is out as a worker / board member. Wow. I hate it, Kendra. I hate it. 17 years you devote.
Yep.
I mean, every minute of the winter months, not every minute, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. A lot of your time.
A lot of late nights working with Patricia on the program and stuff, with photo work and stuff. And I just, unfortunately, life has other plans for me right now. So, but big news coming next week.
Yeah. And like I said, while you're on the phone with Temple, not speaking on behalf of, because I'm not a committee member, but speaking for them, I'll just go ahead and say that. It's no secret you do a lot of work behind the scenes. And like you said, you sit in that back office for a lot of hours during the Keystone Nationals. Your role is going to be a hard one to fill. Yeah. And I know it wasn't easy for you to step down.
No, because
family has to come first.
I get frustrated with stuff there, but it's once you get a system going there, and there's other people there that's been helping me. Horrible with names. Jess has been a tremendous help for everybody involved with Keystone Nationals, and
you can tell she's a professional at what she does when it comes to that.
Absolutely. Reichert, young Reichert has stepped in and done a lot of ticket work now. I don't know, they just had their first child right before this year's show, so I'm not sure what his status is going to be, but very capable individual, very smart and good at what he does. So I'm not throwing out any ideas, Brett. I'm not throwing you under the bus or anything. So, but there's good help in there. I think Jason should take it over. What do you think?
Yeah, probably not. I love Jason, but probably not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But yeah, whatever, and I'm sure the phone will be ringing with questions. That's fine. I'll still try to help them best I can. So guys, if you call me, leave a message if I don't answer. I'm not always able to answer the phone right now. So. But anyway, I wish them luck in the future, and hopefully, if not, I know I can't be there for 5 days, but hopefully Mike or somebody can go for them. We'll work on that in the future. So we definitely want to try to keep that going. But we're in an hour and 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Look at us go.
Yeah, look at us go. And, again, if you saw commercials, we apologize. That's part of the format now. So like, subscribe, share, I need to spend more time getting these shows ready somehow. I mean, today, would you get the link 1 hour before showtime? I just got home, from down there. So um, I'll try to work on getting that set up a little earlier in the day to get more people involved and looking and waiting and ready to go. So I see a lot of our regulars aren't in chat tonight, so maybe people are busy. So hard to say. I will say the sun finally came out a little bit here this evening.
Good.
Yep. So okay, that's it. We won't tie you up any longer. Get out there, get out to Miller's Tavern, other pools this weekend, Bloomsburg. Get out there and support these people. And these are bucket list events. Great pulling equipment will be there. Miller's Tavern is a 2-night show. Southern Showdown. Don't miss it. I hate not being able to go, but if you get a chance to go. Bloomsburg, go. And by all means, keep Snyder County in mind for next weekend. And anybody we mentioned, be there. Please support them. That's what it's all about. It's what makes the world go around. It's what makes the next pool happen. So, gotta support the promoters. And with that, say something. Oh, we're gonna get the bye.
I'm talked out, man. I'm talked out. Doesn't happen often, but I'm talked out.
I wasn't gonna say anything. That's all fine. Thank you for covering that. We tried to get Temple on here, and I was telling him the steps I knew, and it wasn't working. So that's all good. Maybe next time. Somebody just left a comment real quick before I go. Goodbye, Mike. Have a good evening. Goodbye, Clint. So anyway, okay. By all means, next Wednesday, 7 p.m.
Yep, we'll
have
see you
some
then.
Results from Bloomsburg. We'll have some results from Southern Showdown, all that good stuff. And we'll try to have a representative for the upcoming Snyder County Championship weekend. Until then, see ya.